Here's a quick post where a gal is having a complete meltdown because her fiancé abruptly ended their engagement after finding out that she had a HOE phase while she was in college. And wait till you hear what that phase was about. And this goes to show you what happens when a gal tries to hide things from guys and springs this on them at the last possible minute. And I say, good for him. Titled, I, a 27-year-old female, told my fiancé about my promiscuous phase, and I wants to end the marriage. How do I go about resolving this? And a shout out to Fran for sending this story. Now listen to this. Oh, by the way, guys, I mentioned it before. If you guys are on X, formerly Twitter, definitely come check me out. The channel name is SSM Channels. YouTube isn't too good to me these days, so I got to find another source to give exposure to the channel and all that, and let people know about new videos. So come on over, like 1,400 new people in 2 days. We're all having a good time talking over there, sharing things, and definitely helps me out. Anyway. So here's the story. It says here, so me and my partner have been together for 5 years. And generally, he is a quite classy guy. If this even makes sense. He has style, and he was a conservative individual. Conservative, huh? He was a gamer, and he really kept to himself. He was brought up well, and didn't really have a whole lot of S-word partners. Says he preferred long-term relationships, but still he had a few. So no surprise, these two are apples and oranges, night and day difference in terms of their experience. Well, we were drinking last night, and we were just being honest as usual, and he asked me about my S-word partners. He's asking now, and this conversation is coming up now after being together for 5 years. I admitted after he pushed the question that I had a promiscuous phase. You know, she tried other posts and had hoe phase instead of promiscuous, but she changed it to promiscuous. Which I kept quiet for a long time. I thought since we were going to get married next year, I might as well tell him. You think? This stuff's always going to come out. Now, this obviously, one could say, you know, you're not going to talk about this on your first date, but definitely early on in the relationship, cards need to be laid on the table. Otherwise, what's about to happen happens. He was deliberately asking about my experiences and asking me to share what happened. Who I'd been with because he was interested. Reluctantly, out of trust, I did because sometimes we have to have these conversations. And yet, you didn't do it early in the relationship. A long story short, he can't look me the same way anymore after I told him about my S-word adventure phase. I told him how I had sex with 15 plus different people in 1 month at university that literally no one knew about. 15 plus in 1 month, let's just say it's 15. 30-day month. That's a new dude or chick every other day. How do you have time for that? I mean, well, obviously it doesn't take that long, but still. Now, I'm going to focus on the plus. Plus could be 2, 3, 95. What's plus beyond 15? But anyhow, that's a lot of sausage, and that's a lot of sushi. Yeah, if you're a conservative guy, you're not going to like this too much. He was initially fine with it. No, he wasn't. And then he said he wanted to go to bed. Upon prodding, I found that he was absolutely disgusted. He probably went in the bathroom and barfed his brains out. No one wants to be marrying the town bicycle. 15 plus dudes in a month, and I'm wondering what that fucking plus is. You could have mentioned this earlier. I can't believe this has happened. I don't know what to do. It's been 24 hours and we haven't been talking. Yeah, because he lost his ability to speak after all that. He says he can't see me the same way. I should just keep my mouth shut. Well, your mouth was being quite active with your 15 plus dudes and chicks in 1 month back in the day. No, it's good you told him. And by the way, I don't think she's telling the whole story here. We know the numbers are way higher. There's probably way more than that one special month she had. No, he absolutely had the right to know. Except you should have let him know about your past a lot earlier in the relationship. The thing is, I love him. I'm very lucky to have someone that is caring, family-oriented, good-looking, and ambitious. Basically, everything a girl would want. Basically, everything a girl would want to marry. Everything that a girl would want on paper. But at the end of the day, Chad and Tyrone, who have no job, that live with their mama, still get all these girls, even though these guys can have all these great qualities on paper. But he now wants to call it the wedding because he has seen me in a different light. And according to his logic, if I was brought up this way, how could my future children think of their mother? Well, hopefully they wouldn't find that out. But then again, are there videos of her online? Does she do OnlyFans? Does she do spicy pictures of her on Instagram or TikTok and all that? Then they'll find out about their mom. I just don't know what to do. I'm trying to speak to him. Should I just have lied? No, you shouldn't have lied. But I guarantee a lot of people are going to tell her she should have lied. But then again, you did lie. You lied by omission, by letting him believe you were a certain way when you got together and proposed to you. The thing is, I can't ask anyone, since no one knows about it at university. I went through a bad breakup and just went exploring. That's your excuse for 15 plus people in 1 month? A bad breakup, so you went exploring? That's an interesting way to go exploring. Magellan went exploring. Marco Polo went exploring. Christopher Columbus. Well, people hate Christopher Columbus, but anyhow. They all went Indiana fucking Jones does exploring. That's not the way to explore. You're going to explore STDs if you do it that way, lady. She went exploring, but the issue is I lied to him initially, so I don't know what to do. Am I fault? Yes. I know that, but I trusted him, and I feel like everything is falling apart. Well, it is falling apart. The best thing you can do is give him space, let him talk about it, and well, I guess actually, no, he has had his space, and he's done. You have to respect that. Does anyone have any suggestions on how I can go about speaking to him and resolving this? I really don't want to break up. I was thinking of maybe explaining the situation. How are you going to explain your way out of it? He's disgusted by this. A, he can't trust you, and B, he now has his image in his head. But he's having none of it and said there's no excuse. Normally, I would advise my girlfriends to leave, but this is different. I don't want to. He is my everything, and I just don't know what to do. Please advise, or anybody similar in a situation previously, on how to go fixing this mess. Well, honey, I don't think you have many options here. We don't have a time machine, so you can't go back in the past. All I can say is this, is if this is what he wants, maybe you can have one more conversation with him, and then that's that, and go about your life. And he has every right to do that. You should have let him know what he was getting into. You say you lied by omission, and these things always come out, always. I say good for him. He has every right to end it with you. No guy wants to be married to that. You lied by omission. And I'd say he dodged a big one. Because a lot of times in situations like this, women find they're a nice guy to settle with, ding, 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 or a guy they see as great on paper, good to marry, and they miss the old days, and they're right back at it, and they get married. And that could be bothering him too. So I have no problem with him doing this. And in the future, when you have a guy, because you're 27, I think she said she's 27, I'm assuming she's still in her prime, enough dudes and chicks want to do her, so she probably still has her looks. Be upfront about things in the future. And because if you don't, it's going to come out eventually and be a bigger freaking mess. But this is a lesson to the ladies out there. You know, you may have these articles and blogs and the feminists telling you can be like a guy and do whatever you want and it's your body, your choice and all that. And that, you know what? It is your life. But there are going to be consequences, repercussions down the road. And guys don't want to be married to a gal like that. End of fucking story. And he has a right to. A man has a right to have a choice. So there are consequences. And I hopefully some gals will hear these articles and these stories and learn that, but probably not. But things always come out. Now, a few comments here. One guy says here, well, this is quite the thing. You said you lied to him, and I think that's the bigger issue here. If you had this conversation in the past, you didn't say the truth. He probably made an image of you and your values and morals and preferences based on that lie. That image probably was compatible with his own values, but now you said the truth is not a surprise, and he doesn't have the same image of you. To be fair, it's quite bad that you kept it hidden for 5 years. People have preferences. Some don't mind about the sexual past, and some do. Both are valid points of views. Yeah, and she said he's a conservative guy. As a conservative guy, he's not going to like that. You just gave him space and let him think about it. It's awful to say, but always be prepared for the worst. Stay strong. Another one. This is from a woman. A woman. She says, I'm a woman, and this is giving me the ick. The only reason they had a relationship even developed is because she lied to him in the beginning. Had he known she slept with 15 plus in 30 days or less, they never would have ended up dating or engaged. This entire relationship is built on a lie. Thank you, girl, whoever you are. It's different when a woman says these things that us guys are all thinking. Another one. Thing is, he is now finding out that you're not what he thought you were, and that's a deal breaker for him. A man like him values sexual purity. Promiscuity and sexual purity do not go hand in hand. Short of changing your past, there isn't really anything you can do. To make matters worse, you were together for 5 years. 5 years and there was no portion of your life you kept hidden from him. You're not only someone with a promiscuous history. By admitting this piece of truth, you're now also a liar. There is no way a conservative man with traditional values can take you seriously. Cut your losses with this one and move on. Well, she doesn't want to move on, but she's going to have to move on. End of story. And she can do him right by being honest with friends and family when they ask. But probably one thing is missing here is that her not mentioning that he's probably being bombarded by text and phone calls from all her girlfriends saying, you asshole, blah, 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 how dare you judge her, insecure, that type of shit. No, he has a right to do this. So there you go, guys. Another example of what happens when one hides the past. It always comes out.